ones like sometimes it's just easier to cover more space with both.
It's faster too, it looks like, right?
Oh yeah, but I mean, for me to split up the hands is just easy to do.
So you can draw like a bowl of fruit and Spider-Man at the same time?
Yes, I that's it.
It's amazing.
What did you do to get to that point?
What was that?
What did you do to get to that point to be able to learn to paint like that?
When I was, I was a neurotic child. When I was about 10 years old, I thought, because I was being raised to be an artist no matter what. So I thought, what if I lose my right hand? Because every 10-year-old thinks that. And so I stopped using my right hand and switched completely to my left for the next 2 years. And then I had math homework due, and I was published internationally very young. So I had math homework and a cover due. So I just picked up 2 brushes and I just started going to town.
You said you were being raised to be an artist. How did that happen? Were your parents artists, or they just saw that you were into it?
No, my entire family line are artists. But none got confession, so
Yeah.
all my parents got together and just said, you know, well, you might as well be an artist, you can't do anything else.
Well, I think your art has a real energy to it, and also just seeing you over there at your booth, it looks like there's an energy around what you do, a performance aspect of it. And I wonder if there's other areas of your life like that, or is it just pretty much limited to your drawing?
If you ask my wife that question, she'd say every moment.
So the question is when you stop.
No, I mean, pretty much with everything. My wife literally will ask me to quit doing 2 things at once. Like I'll make eggs and I'll like open cans. Like I'm always doing 2 things. I can actually type and draw at the same time. So I'll type a character out and I'll draw it.
I wonder if they looked at your brain in one of those scans and looked different than most people's.
Wait, what was that?
They looked at your brain in one of those.
Everybody keeps asking me to do that, and I keep telling everybody I don't want to do that because all they're going to see is like 2 chipmunks and a drunk squirrel.
You guys, if you have questions about art or anything you want to ask, go ahead and line up the mics if you want to ask anything. We'll keep asking questions, or we.
1. How many guys are there are writers? How many are in sanitation? Just checking.
We'll accept all questions from all of those.
We have a question. Batman, are you going to ask a question? Oh, okay. I didn't know if you had a question.
What's the water for?
What's the water for? You mean like to dip my brushes in? That would be to clean the brushes. Oh, the spray. This is actually Windex. I like to have it run, and I like splatter. So it was just easier most of the time because I had a couple of choices. One would be to constantly spit on the painting, which I do. If you watch me in the booth, I will. If nothing else is around, I'll just drink it. Or, no, we won't. Yeah, so it's just to make the paint run.
Can you kind of just describe what you're doing there, what you're using?
Sure, I'm using gouache, which is like watercolor. And basically, you can use a gouache because it's like a mixture of acrylic and watercolor. And I'm just sort of playing. I'm just throwing it all around. By trade, I was a photorealist, so I actually hate photorealism. So for many, many years, I was asked to do photoreal work. And so now most of my stuff is like this. It's I try and get it to have a kinetic energy into it, where it feels like it's got some movement to it. And I just sort of, without sounding completely crazy, I just sort of let the painting dictate what it is I'm going to do as opposed to the other way around.
It looks kind of impulsive almost.
Yeah, when I have music in, it really gets a little crazy. So yeah, if you guys come by my booth and watch, that's when it gets really crazy. I'm going to be at Knocking Point tonight. tonight painting on stage with Brother Sal, and who, I don't know if you guys have listened to his music, but he's amazing.
Yeah.
And so I'm going to be doing another painting there tonight. Painting to live music is a lot different, like, because I sort of let it just take me. I don't know, any of you guys been by my booth at all?
Yes.
Were you there when I was painting the flash painting? It's a little bit like I'm possessed. That was the very first time I had ever listened to music out of my headphones unless I'm on stage. Because I usually paint, if I paint on stage with musicians, it's like Jay-Z or Tech Nine or Linkin Park. A lot of those guys. So the music's overwhelming and so loud that you just do it. That was the first time that I'd ever not had my headphones on.
So wait, what's going through your head then as you're doing this? The music's going on, that kind of thing. How are you getting this done? It sounds like you got
Okay, so if you could imagine a farm and then chickens running across, that's what usually I'm thinking about. No, it's funny. I don't know. Nothing. Like just when the music is on, literally there's absolutely nothing except the music in my head.
So is it like the ultimate focus, mindfulness moment?
It is. You know, a lot of people are like, do you paint that way at home? And I'm like, yeah, I absolutely do. This is, you know, how I paint here is how I paint. And so you can never be too precious with it either. You know, a lot of artists, any artist out there, you just don't be too precious with your work. I think that goes with everything. I think if you're too precious with your writing or your art or whatever it is, then you pay too much attention and too stiff. I think the one that just popped up, I'm looking at, I don't know if you guys are, the Star Wars one, that one is about 15 foot long by 7.5, 8 foot high. And I did that in 3 hours, listening to probably Metallica the whole way.
What did you think of The Force Awakens?
Wait, what was that?
What did you think of The Force Awakens?
I thought it was a really smart way to reintroduce Star Wars to a lot of people who didn't know, you know, the kids coming up.
Feel it.
Yeah, and still keep everybody, and still keep the fans, you know, happy. So that's kind of what I thought. I do a lot of work for Lucasfilm, so it was great. It was great.
What do you do?
I do a lot of their, like the fine art, and like if you take a look at the actual movie poster, that was a painting first. Stop by the booth and show you. I was going to put it up here, and it wasn't up here. We didn't have time to find it, but
That's amazing.
and I have a line of Lucasfilm Star Wars stuff at Hot Topic, so it's a Rob Fire Star Wars line at Hot Topic in a place called Box Lunch.
Can you reveal what you're going to be drawing at the thing tonight?
I'm sorry.
What you're going to be drawing at the thing tonight?
Since Steven said Deadpool, and he likes Deadpool, I might just do a Deadpool. It's not that I don't want to paint Arrow. I didn't really prep any Arrow. And I've painted Steven so many times. Oh my God, too many times. So I was like, yes, I know that Steven's here and all of that, and he's just too pretty to paint all the time. It's hard to paint pretty people.
Who is your favorite character to paint? Or person?
It's a person to paint.
Yeah, person or character.
If this would be recorded, I could say my wife.
Okay. Alright, that's good. Second favorite?
You know, it changes all the time. You know, I really enjoyed painting Star Wars stuff until I had to paint it 7,000 times. And so I think I enjoy mostly my fine art stuff. You know, anything that I do for just to hang in galleries is always my favorite.
So you've taken this passion of yours and expanded it out successfully into all these amazing areas. And what advice do you have for people who want to do something like that?
Don't stop. Just don't stop. Most people get a quarter away or halfway, and this goes with anything that you guys. How many of you guys want to be in the film industry?
Oh, that's everybody.
Little known thing. This is what I do for a hobby. I'm directing my first feature for Insurgent Film Lionsgate in May, and I've created now 2 TV shows that are shooting this year, and I've created a third that's fast tracking for next year.
Wow.
So, if you'd have asked me a long time ago, did I want to do that, I would say yes. Did I believe it at first? No, but a very, very wise person who was the director of Jaws said to me, if you don't give it your all, then stop now. So just give it your all. You can do anything you want to do if you want to do it bad enough.
So in that